Hi, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of the Maturish podcast. Now, you're probably wondering, who the heck is talking to me right now? Well, my name is Kobe, and in a moment we'll get to who I am and what I'm about. But before we do that, you guys should know I'm not here alone.
Kobe, you are correct. You are not alone because you're being joined by yours truly, Donovan Lowry. Hello, everyone.
Hello, Donovan.
Hi, Kobe. How are you doing today, Kobe?
Well, I'm great. How are you?
I am pretty good.
So, this podcast is going to be a podcast ran by two people
Yep.
who are on the verge of the transition. I wouldn't even say on the verge. We are in the middle
Yes.
of the transition from childhood to adulthood.
Of course.
We are high school graduates. We are two people who are really truly starting to figure out what is adulthood and how are we going to take a hold of it.
Of course.
So throughout this podcast, we're going to look at it more so as not necessarily a podcast, but a journey. And it's a journey you all are coming along with us on. So sit on back, grab a snack, and listen. Donovan,
Yeah.
let's start off with you.
Okay.
Who are you?
Who
And
am
why
I?
is this what you're doing?
Well, I am Donovan Lowry, if you didn't hear me before. I am doing this because I like to make people laugh. And this isn't really a comedy podcast, but if I do make you laugh, you're welcome. I just love being in front of an audience and making a fool of myself, really. It's really my calling, I believe, in life.
That's interesting.
Ain't it? Now, listen, Kobe,
Yes,
we've talked about my interests.
we have.
Now it's your turn.
My turn.
Why are you here? Why are you doing this?
Well, I'm doing this because shout out to my wife, Shania Galloway.
All right.
But if not me, then who?
Okay.
You see, my life has been a journey.
Mm-hmm.
It's happened. A lot has happened so far in these little 18 years. And so much is yet to happen.
Of course.
So I'm doing this for the people who may feel as if they're on this journey, that they're on this journey alone, and they're not. There's other people out here on this journey at the same time with you, and I'm broadcasting this,
Right.
There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs,
There are.
and I'm going to sit here and broadcast this and maybe look back on it in the future and see how it went in the long run. So really, we'll just see.
All right. That's beautiful.
Thank you.
Thank you for that.
Well, thank you.
Okay, now, listen to this. Tell me about you as a person. Shut up!
I completely forgot the question.
They sure are talking out there.
They are.
You should take a break.
Should we?
I think we should.
It's more than a crush, more than a like, more than a love. LOL, JK. It's Kobe, and if you are an up-and-coming music artist who is trying to show the world what you are worth, sign up for the K&D Discovery Contest. To enter, please head over to one of K&D's official social media pages and include a picture of yourself, your stage name, and an audio file of you performing an original song, and you might just have the chance to see your name in the headlights. What are you waiting for? Sign up now and give yourself the chance to tell the world your truth.
Hello, and we're back.
You asked me a question.
I did ask you a question. Who is Kobe? I believe that was the question.
Yeah. Kobe, that's an amazing question. Thank you for asking.
You're welcome.
Who is Kobe? What's Kobe about?
Exactly.
I don't know. I have always had one vision in life, and I feel like my life has one purpose. My life has one person, and it's me.
It is you.
My life has one purpose, and that is to make those around me as absolutely happy as possible. I feel like that's a job I've done and I am doing very well. And I feel like this is just one of those ways that it's not necessarily people around me. It's not, my family or anything, but it could possibly be somebody who just needs something, needs somebody that they can relate to.
Right.
They need somebody who, although they don't really know me, they
Right.
feel like they know me.
Exactly.
And I feel like that's exactly what I'm about and 100% what I'm trying to get out of doing this.
Okay. That's very nice.
Thank you. What about yourself?
What about myself?
Yeah.
Now, let me tell you, I listened to you
Yes.
and what you just said just now. And I would like to say that I am the exact opposite. I would like to make what? Oh, bless you. Did you sneeze?
Thank you. My allergy.
Oh, yeah. It's okay. I want to make everyone around me as, I would say, miserable.
That's exactly what I thought you were going to say.
Miserable is an interesting word. I don't know if that's the word I would use. It's the word that comes to mind, though. And I also think I'm doing a pretty good job. There are people that I know that we were friends. They get to know the real Donovan. Then boom, we're no longer friends.
Well,
just the other day, actually, I encountered an acquaintance from school. We were both signing up for our college classes.
are you doing fall or winter? I'm sorry.
I'm doing fall.
You are?
I am.
In person, online? In person? Both?
Yeah.
Okay, anyway.
Okay. I saw her. I said, "Hey, girl, that's you. I remember you from back in the day. You remember me?" She said, "Yes, I do remember you." She did indeed remember me.
Did she say it like that?
Okay, here let me try and explain it better. I saw her, and of course, knowing the relationship that we had, I went to her with a more energetic attitude. I said, "Oh my gosh, hey girl."
Right.
She looks at me and says, "Boy." I said, "What? We can't just catch up? You remember we used to be cool?" "Not really. Back when we went to school together." And she said to me, "Donovan, I hated you then, and I still hate you now." And it's just comments like that that just make me feel, I don't know, just fulfilled. I don't know what it is about it. It's just when people hate me or dislike me, it's just, or annoyed by me, it's just so, yes, I love it. And someone that we've talked about before, your wife,
Yeah.
she despises me.
I wouldn't say all that.
No, she does. It's okay. I know. And whenever you guys talk and I'm around, I make it a point.
To get that reaction.
Yes.
So, okay, here's my question.
Okay.
Is it a negative reaction that you're looking for? Or is it just a reaction and the reaction that you tend to get is negative?
Negative reactions are, I mean, if it's not like my friends, of course, I'd like them to be cool with me. But if someone that's more like I don't really talk to.
Okay, so we're going to sit here, we're going to talk, microphones in front of us.
Right.
And talk about life.
Okay.
And while I'm looking for a fulfillment of gratitude due to people relating to me
Yes.
and whatnot, you're looking for international hatred?
Maybe. We'll see what happens.
I guess we will. You know, it takes some things in order to get that mindset today. Let's go back
Okay.
to the early years.
We'll try.
Back in my day.
Okay.
Let's start at the beginning.
Okay.
Okay? Where do you come from?
My
Your
mom.
parents? Who are they? And how has it led up to where you are today?
As well, until about middle school, I think it was, I lived with my mom. I love my mother very dearly. Yeah, she's cool. I like her. I was an only child for the longest. It was either that or my cousins came around. And I would play with them. My cousins are a very big part of my life. They're more siblings and cousins are always around. And then Dawson came around, which we have a pretty big age gap.
Being your sister on your mother's side.
Yes. I am 19, she is 10.
Yeah.
Pretty big difference. But it's like, she's young, but she's not young.
She's amazing.
She is. I love her.
One of my favorite people on the planet, truly.
She is just, yeah, my favorite person. She is very much a mini-me.
Yeah.
She is. I shouldn't feel joy or shouldn't be able to say that at all. But I do.
Yeah. And that's what she is.
She is.
Yeah.
Truly.
Yeah, and with you, once those siblings started coming, they didn't stop, did they?
Nope. Then on my father's side, I was again alone.
Yeah.
Seeing as my father didn't have any children besides myself. Then, you okay?
Yes.
Okay. Then he brought along my stepmother, Yolanda.
Hey, Yolanda.
Hey, girl. Now, in the beginning, we didn't really have the best relationship.
I don't think I spoke to your father or your mother either. Hey, parents.
Hey, y'all.
In the beginning, you and Yolanda.
Oh, our relationship wasn't the best. I was younger. I had a more, you're not my mom type attitude. I still feel that way. But I have grown slightly as a person.
To accept it.
Right.
That's your dad's wife at the end of the day.
She's not my mom, but she's a parent.
Right.
I guess you could say. She's cool. I like her. I feel like I talk more about things in my life to her than I do my father. That's quite interesting to me. Yeah, we talk a lot. She always makes sure I'm cool.
Yeah. At the end of the day, I guess that's all that matters there.
Ain't it?
With that.
And then the siblings. They're siblings. Nowhere near Dawson's level.
But they're little kids.
They are. Still, no.
I don't think the day has came yet for them to... I mean, little kids don't really have personalities.
Okay.
So there's nothing there for you to latch on to fully. Besides the fact that, oh, this is my little brother, this is my little sister.
Right.
So I feel like with that comes time. Now Dawson's the age where she's Dawson. She has her own personality. She has her own way of being herself. So it's easy to latch on to that. Little kids don't get that until you're her age, Dawson's age. So I guess it'll just take time for that, but still, who knows?
We'll see. Okay, I feel like I shouldn't, but I'm going to say this. I still feel that Dexter is the son my father always wanted.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just like
How old is Dexter?
Dexter, shit. 4, I think, hopefully.
Okay.
Maybe.
He's the
Maybe
oldest
5.
out of them?
Yes,
Okay. So, you're 19 years old.
I am.
With him being 5, there's a 14-year age difference. What makes you say Dexter is the son,
Right.
that your dad didn't have when he had you for 14 years before him?
Dexter, he's smart. He's very smart.
Well, let's not discredit yourself.
Well, no, let's. Dexter is very smart. He has an excellent memory. One that's vastly better than mine.
Well, yeah. I mean, memory, sure, but you are very, very, very book smart.
Sure.
100%.
Yeah. Yeah, Dexter, he's gonna be something. I can't wait to see how all of my siblings' lives unfold.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they are better than me in every way.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with me,
Okay.
I only have one sibling.
Yes, you do.
Hey, Kylie.
Hey, girl.
She is the greatest sister anybody could have.
Isn't she?
We both have the same parents.
They do.
Yes, we do.
Mm-hmm.
Our parents were married for a little bit there.
All right.
Long enough to have 2 children.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, we grew up living with my mom.
All right.
And we'd go to our father's house every other weekend and on Thursdays. He eventually remarried, and after he got married, started to drift away there.
Right.
And we've gotten to the point where we're only with our mom.
Right.
Me and Kylie, hey mom.
Hey, Big C.
The greatest, the biggest of all C's.
Ain't she? One of my favorite white people.
I'd say my favorite white person.
Hey, that's acceptable.
Yeah, I love my mom.
That is your mother.
Yeah. So me and Kylie are very close in age to the point that it's almost like having a twin. I was born in November of 2002. She was born in December of 2003.
Right.
So it's only, 13 months. We're very close in age, so she's always right there.
Of course.
Growing up, I never had friends over. I never really had to have
Yeah, I didn't either.
friends, but you didn't have a Kylie.
Of course.
Me and Kylie were always right there. I was never lonely. Then, so it was only me and Kylie for the longest. Then, we got a cousin and Parker. Rico came along eventually too. Hey, kiddos.
I don't know y'all, but hey.
Nope. Hey, they're the best. But, so I've always had Kylie.
Right.
And that was nice. We're very different in a lot of ways. While I'm more so, Kylie will never sit down in front of a microphone and talk about herself. She is very shy.
Okay.
Now, while it may not seem like that being around her,
Right.
she 100% is. The things I'm willing to do, she isn't. But at the same time, it's the same vice versa. So we both bring something very different to the table.
Right.
But at the same time, those puzzle pieces just connect. So I only have one sibling, but I'd only want the one sibling that I have. So that's great.
That's beautiful.
Isn't it? I hope she doesn't get used to hearing things like that.
I don't think she likes to hear things like
No, I don't think so. Not for me. No. But she's a cool cat. The coolest of all kittens is Kylie.
That's so nice.
Yeah. So we talk about your parents and your life with them. Well, let's talk about, you growing up. I already said, I didn't really have a lot of friends. I had friends. I had school friends.
Yes.
But when I went home, I had Kylie kind of thing. What was that like for you not having a not having a Kylie?
When I was like maybe elementary school, I didn't really care. I had my school friends. I went home, played the game, went to sleep.
I don't think kids care though.
It
would have been one thing like when you go home in kindergarten because you're still very much a child then. Like kindergarten, you're still attached to mom's hip kind of thing. So it's different being quote unquote lonely in kindergarten, being lonely junior year of high school.
Right.
So it's two different things. But at the same time, do you remember? Did you feel as if you were lonely?
No, because I just felt like I was very naive as a child. I felt all my school friends were my friends.
Yes.
They liked to talk to me because we were friends. And then when I went home, knowing, all my friends are going to be waiting for me tomorrow. So I could just, I was just chilling.
Right.
But then as I grew, I realized, like, we're just cool because of circumstance, I guess.
Exactly.
Convenience. And then that's when I really started to feel like maybe I'm not as popular as I thought.
That's interesting. I can say I was 100% the same way. That, like, at school, I feel like I knew everybody knew me, we were all cool. And then when I went home, I had a few, and this is more so like getting to middle school, later years of middle school kind of thing. I had a few friends or whatever that I text or, but that's as far as it went. There was no going over to each other's houses. There was no, anything.
I don't think I had much of that either till like maybe 8th, 7th grade, I think maybe.
I didn't until now. I've been to your house once. But I mean, I still went, same thing. Besides you, one other person have I been inside their house.
Right.
And I think that's just very much a me thing. Only a select few people, 4, have came to my house. And not even all of those 4 have been inside of my house.
Right.
So, like, I'm just very much... I like you when I'm seeing you 8:30 to 3:30 at school. And I like a lot of me time. I don't invite a lot of people into that circle. But I very much felt as if I had a lot of friends, and I didn't realize until freshman year of high school, when I was at home due to things, spent the entire year at home, that I wasn't talking to the amount of people I knew I'd be talking to had I been at school.
Right.
Not saying that there wasn't people that were talking to me, but a lot of it was there would be no conversation unless Kobe initiated it, kind of thing. And I'm not necessarily mad at that because freshman year of high school is an important developmental leap. Like, high school is where the big boys play. So when you're going in there, you're surrounded by, like, you're a little 14-year-old surrounded by 18-year-olds that are calling teachers by their first names and shaking hands with them.
There you go again.
It's a completely brand new experience. So I missed out on that, and they were there in it. So Kobe was out of sight, out of mind. I'm not upset with that. But then it also helped change my mindset for when I did come back to school, that it was like, not everybody's your friend. Out of that, I got close with people who I didn't know I'd get close with. But at the same time, there were people who I was really, really close with.
Quote unquote.
Yeah, that I didn't know I really wasn't.
Right. Yeah, that's when, like, that shift was like, these are really just situational convenience.
Exactly. It's all convenience, yeah. I'm only literally kicking it with you because I have history with you.
Right.
That's all. We weren't ever gonna go out to dinner together. We weren't ever going to sleep over or anything like that.
Right.
I'm just kicking it with you because I'm in this classroom with you for an hour. And that's what a lot of my friendships were.
Exactly that.
I'd even say still are. And even on my behalf, I know I am a horrible communicator. There are 3 people that I talk to every day, friend wise. Besides that, I'm not saying like, oh, I prioritize these 3 people over anybody else, but it's like if I don't see you, if the effort isn't there, then I just don't think about you.
Right.
So, where if there was a class of 21 Quest reunion tomorrow, I'd kick it with everybody.
Right.
I only talk to one person, 2 occasionally out of that whole group.
Of course.
So it's crazy to think about because when you're in the heat of the moment, you feel like the man. Everybody's all up on you. Everybody loves you. Mm-hmm. But then now we're graduated out of high school. It's like, dang.
I haven't heard from you since.
Right. Mm-hmm. Since we walked across that stage.
Of course.
So it's weird. I mean, it's growth. You know, you knew it was going to happen.
Yeah.
But you just didn't expect it to.
Right.
You were going to be that one case that didn't happen, and you're not.
Right. Yeah.
So with that being said, how the heck are we sitting here together?
That is a question.
What the heck drew us together?
We've said it many times before. We've been like around each other
right, exactly.
our whole lives.
Our whole lives.
We've never talked to each other.
No.
Until exiting high school.
Literally.
Like from like what, first, second grade?
Yeah. I mean, we could say, you know, I went to Woodrow Wilson.
Yep, I did too.
The entire time, kindergarten through 4th grade. You went from what?
First to 4th.
So even primary school, little kids. Well, you know, in high school, it's more so of a mix.
Right.
In primary school, your kindergarten, your first, your second, everybody's kept away.
Of course.
That still didn't stop people from being around each other.
Mm-hmm.
We were never around each other.
Nope.
Transition into middle school, we both get into Quest, we both go to Quest. Same thing.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until the end of middle school that we really talked for the first time, and it wasn't necessarily because of me and you.
Right. Mutual friends.
So there was a friend. Hey, Diamond!
Hey, girl.
Hi!
Happy birthday.
Love Diamond to death.
Mm-hmm.
She, do we have time for a funny Diamond story?
Go ahead. You got it.
Hated Diamond's guts at first.
Of course.
Diamond.
As we all do.
Do we?
Yeah.
Diamond and I now love this story. But Diamond's first year at Quest was 8th grade year. So by the time 8th grade came around, I was pretty much, you know, everybody knew Kobe. Kobe knew everybody kind of thing. So when a new kid came along, it was very much one of those things like, you're not going to introduce yourself? Like kind of thing.
Right.
And Diamond didn't. Diamond, when she first got to Quest, she had a few people that she knew from like dance or something beforehand. Mm-hmm. But she didn't like try to make it a point to get to know people.
Right.
When I came to Quest in 6th grade, I 100% did.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't want to come to Quest.
I didn't either.
So when I had to, it was more so like, well, I guess I better make the most of this.
Of course.
So the story goes, Miss Redeker, the greatest teacher in my opinion that I had in middle school.
She's so cool. I love
She
her.
is amazing. I still keep in contact with her off and on to this day.
Really?
Love her to death. She just got married. So
That's a beautiful thing.
yes, congratulations to her.
I guess.
She was our history teacher,
Mm-hmm.
and she had a Student of the Week award that you could say. That in a corner of her classroom would be a nice rug, was a chair, stuffed animals, and I think you'd get candy and stuff too for being Student of the Week. And you know, there are things you had to do to be Student of the Week. You know, a good grade in her. I want to say she checked all of your classes' grades. Good grades, you know, had been there, you know, the week before for attendance. Just be a good student. You're a Student of the Week.
Right.
Oh, I was going to be Student of the Week.
Of course.
Me and Miss Redeker, we had a relationship together already just from her first year at Quest. She was Mr. Reel's. Was she a student teacher? Or was she like in his classroom. I don't know what the deal was, but she was
Right.
with him. And from there, we kind of started talking to each other. But then when she became an actual teacher, that became my actual teacher. Like I was having lunch in that woman's classroom with her, and some other friends would be there too. She was really cool. So I was the student of the week. That's gonna be me.
Right.
The first ever for our grade, for our class, 100% that's gonna be me. She stood up there at the front of the classroom and she explains to us what a student of the week is gonna be. And then she announces that student of the week is Diamond Findley.
Uh-oh.
Who? Oh. Okay. So Diamond went and I held that against her for the longest.
As you should.
Like, who are you?
Because that's your award.
You come into my school and now you're sitting in my special chair on my special rug eating my special candy? Well, somehow me going from absolutely hating her and her existence, I became really close with her. And then somehow us three, and I don't want to say we were all close because once again we didn't do anything together.
All right.
But we had a group chat. We were all talking to each other, and I just don't know what initiated that. How did you and Diamond start talking to each other?
In middle school, we rode the same bus. So I don't even remember how it happened, really. I think I was just sitting there, and she just noticed me, I think. And she was like, she started talking to me.
Yeah, because look at you.
Exactly.
Hello.
Who wouldn't?
Who
want to talk to
wouldn't?
me?
Yeah.
Oh,
I could be sitting here with anybody right now, but look at you.
Exactly.
Has to be you. So eventually us three became friends, but while me and her were in 8th grade at the middle school, you're a freshman in high school.
Of course.
So eventually, and it didn't last long at all, but it happened, and that was me and you's first introduction to each other.
Right.
Eventually it faded away. You went off and did your thing, and me and Diamond, I think we've always remained close. She is somebody that we don't talk every day, but if she needs somebody to talk to, I know of her mom. I've had conversations with her mom. Same thing, vice versa.
Right.
That if she really truly needed somebody to talk to, really truly needed something, she could call on me, and I know I could do the same. So, that fell apart, and then I come into high school, and there were some friends from your grade that I had from in middle school.
Right.
And I instantly picked those friendships up, but yours was not one of those. Of course, I ended up staying home after a month in high school freshman year. But even when I came back sophomore year, as I began to pick up more friendships, rekindling more, yours just wasn't there. I truly don't even remember ever seeing you around.
Right, yeah.
Ever until junior year. Which was your senior year.
Yes, it was.
So what happened then, Donovan?
I believe in my senior year, your junior year,
Indeed.
we had those classes together.
We did.
Was it mentoring and ceramics?
And ceramics.
And since we had those mutual friendships, we spent lunch together.
We did.
Now, in mentoring, it was really quiet.
It was.
And it was just boring to us.
It was. And my thing for that was I was taken out of Mrs. Townsend's mentoring class and
Yes,
placed
you were.
into that one. Because for whatever godforsaken reason, they decided that the freshmen should have a school within a school kind of thing, that
Yeah.
freshmen received special treatment. And so they're going to give freshmen their own advisory classes. And who's one of those teachers that had her mentoring class stripped away from her to get those little kids? Mrs. Townsend.
Yuck.
So freshman year, sophomore year, us kids were all so used to being around each other and had built, it was literally like a family.
Right.
She was really our mother and we were her kids kind of thing. And then so we go from being in that loving family-like relationship to splitting us up, and I get placed into that mentoring class.
Yes.
Where it was an odd bunch.
Yes, to truly a band of misfits.
Exactly. I felt like with Mrs. Townsend's, if you probably looked at the names, you'd probably think the same thing, but it never felt like that.
Right.
Going into the other mentoring class, it 110% felt like that.
Yeah.
From the teacher to the kids.
The teacher.
Yeah.
What a guy.
Truth be told,
Okay.
I don't feel like I was well liked.
Really?
Yes. I don't know if it's because of the energy I brought into that room.
Right.
But the experiences I had with him as a teacher and then even more as a advisory student, like even you can ask my mom, it just was not the same. I don't know if Mrs. Townsend was special treatment or what it was, like, but it was just drastically different.
Right.
And I didn't feel as welcome in that class. Then the people that were in it weren't any different.
Right.
So you placed me in this class, and I'm not somebody that can sit in a quiet room. How long was mentoring? 45 minutes or so?
Yeah, something like that.
And we had things we were supposed to do in mentoring. I have no clue what those were.
Yeah.
Truth be told, I'm sorry, I already graduated. We didn't do those things.
Not at all.
So eventually I just, I'm going to get up and I'm going to start talking to this class.
Yep.
So we did morning announcements every morning. It was a slideshow. I started reading that slideshow. And eventually, you joined me.
I did.
And we did them together. From there, I wasn't in ceramics at first.
Right.
In junior year, I was in art. And I didn't ask to get taken out of art. Maybe it was a credit situation from freshman year that my classes had to be switched around.
Right.
It's probably 100% what it was. So I got taken out of art and placed into ceramics. And that was a breath of fresh air. I'm not an artsy person.
I'm not either.
But Baby Shoot definitely, if I could go back to high school when it starts back up next week, I would 100% choose a Baby Shoot class.
Yes.
Only because she's really the only close teacher that's still there.
Yeah, most of them are gone.
They're all gone. Not all of them, that select few. Shout out to Mrs. Donlin, the GOAT.
Ain't she?
They're still there, but Baby Shoot, that art class, like I'm a music person. I did not like any of the music classes at our high school.
All right.
But those art classes, I took like 3 or 4 just because of how much I meshed with her.
Right.
It didn't feel like I was just sitting around with colored pencils or playing with a lump of clay. Is that what we were doing? Yes. But that's not the vibe it gave off.
Right.
Between her being her, she's very young. She's only
is.
3 or so years older than us.
Something like that.
So I think her being in that same age bracket and then just her being her with her personality really made it a different feeling.
Very different.
Then the kids, we had a seating chart in there. And who did she put at the same table?
Us two.
Us two. So you really couldn't escape me if you wanted to.
Of course. Why would I?
Right. Why would anybody?
Exactly.
So from there, we kind of had to talk to each other.
Right. And we did.
And we did. A lot of talking did we do.
Yep.
Them GATOR steps, our names ended up on that board.
Sometimes more than work.
Yeah.
It was lots.
It was, yeah. I would definitely be one that would go into tutoring and finish my artwork.
Yep.
My ceramics cup, because during class I was just vibing with the table, which was amazing.
It was.
And that translated into that lunch friend group. I don't know how it came along for you, but with the lunch friend group, I was already friends with each of them.
Right.
And then you're there. So, I mean,
Right.
it wasn't a big adjustment. And then so now we're kicking it with each other every day at lunch. But that was it. We didn't text each other.
Nope.
While the girls that were in the lunch friend group or whatever you'd like to call it, I texted each of them.
Yep.
I'd get on the phone with each of them. Outside of school, one of them I was really close to. Went to see the Rocky Horror Picture Show, things like that, live. But never you.
Never.
And I just truly don't know why. And I mean, it's funny now to think about, because out of the 5 of us, the one I wasn't close to at all then was you. Flash forward, 2 years? The only one I'm close to is you. And I don't know what initiated that. We were all close as a group. We did funny things in mentoring, whether that was starting a fake book club, and the only book we read was the Bible. Or when we should have been doing, I think it was like AR points and typing during mentoring.
Yep.
We're rearranging the desks to play Family Feud.
Yes. That was a really good time. I don't know why. It was just so...
I have a Family Feud story.
Okay.
I don't know if I've brought this up since we've started kicking it for real. Maybe I have. And I've told my mom this story, and still I will cry thinking about it. So we're playing Family Feud, and the teacher portraying Mr. Steve Harvey.
Yes.
It was your team's turn, and you were the team captain.
As you should.
Yes. We were all... I was never on the team. No, I'm leading the... And we were never on the same team.
Nope.
Ever.
That's how we were just like the two head honchos.
Yes, of the class. To engage with everybody.
Because nobody really wanted to play. We had to force
No, we had to force, and there were
play.
kids that absolutely refused to.
Yes.
But it was less than the kids that we weren't allowed to make. So, the question is, name an object that a dentist puts in your mouth.
Yep.
And you buzzed quicker than I did.
Yep.
And you look that teacher square in his eyes, and you say, his penis.
I mean, because what else do you think of?
A toothbrush, toothpaste, floss.
No, it's like... Because, like, that's what, like, Family Feud is built off of.
Is
this
ignorance and stupidity.
Someone...
Like, that would have definitely been a good answer. Good answer.
Like...
Kind of thing.
Of course.
And I'm just crying. Like, in that moment. Because not only is this Family Feud.
Yes.
But this is Family Feud inside of a classroom.
It is.
And then, not saying that it would have been acceptable to give that answer to any teachers.
It wouldn't.
But if there was any teacher who I wouldn't have said anything like that to, it was him.
I feel like he was cool enough to say that too.
His response was, I think you need to get a new dentist. And that only made it more funny.
He was so funny, bro.
He was never laughing. He was so dry.
He was
so hilarious.
He was.
And I think that's the difference between us. Like, I don't think he was ever trying to be funny. No, he was so dead serious.
He was.
And I am just crying at him.
Because he's hilarious.
I feel like we put him through a lot of hell, though. Blasting our Sharonda between the Family Feud, everything. Playing with Oscar.
I'm about to say, even louder than blasting music, making her laugh.
Oh, my goodness. And that's just, it was perfect. Junior year, which was, I'd say my least favorite year of high school. Like, those two classes, and really you, are what made that so special.
Right. You're welcome.
Boy, it wouldn't have happened without me. You're welcome.
Oh, sure.
I thank you. So, second semester comes. March 13th, 2020.
All right.
I remember this day like it was yesterday. All of the teachers, we get to school, it's a Friday. All of the teachers being really secretive about something.
Who?
And we don't know.
Right.
Like, we're just, we're kicking it at school, whatever. I got to chomp time, and I had Miss Metzger, Miss Johnson's chomp time. And me and Miss Metzger had just started getting really close.
Right.
She said, Kobe, let's take a picture together today.
Uh-oh.
Okay. I loved Mrs. Metzger. Miss Metzger, I mean. So, I took a selfie with her, whatever. And then we're in last hour that day, and we all have to go to the gym.
Right.
We do. Oh, the world is starting to get sick.
Yep.
You guys are going to go home. Oh, okay. So, at the beginning, it was only supposed to be for 2 weeks.
Right.
Because the week after that was actually spring break. So, we were just going to go home for spring break, and then we'd all come back or whatever.
Exactly.
That 2 weeks turned to, the rest of the quarter. The rest of the quarter turned into the rest of the school year.
Yep.
And then we ended up not even having mentoring every day. It was only on Fridays.
Right.
And truth be told, I wasn't logging in every Friday. Nope. And it was all day long, 8:30 to 11 o'clock or something like that. I was definitely sending those emails. I'm sick today. I don't feel good.
Of course.
And I was staying asleep. So how the little we truly did talk was even less.
Yeah.
And you guys graduated, and we had a group chat thanks to the book club that I sent that congratulatory. I'm so proud of you guys. Don't upset me. Do something with yourselves, please.
Right.
Message. And that was almost like the last thing I said to you, that we said to each other. From there, I talked to each of the girls, and, what came of those came of those.
Of course.
But then, not that long ago, within the last 4 months or so, Donovan's creeping back around.
Hello.
We're texting each other. Texting each other turned into calling each other, which were the most funny phone calls I can say I'd ever had.
Yes.
There was only maybe 4 of them, but each 4, we were on the phone, I kid you not, maybe 6 hours each time.
Yes, for so long.
Just crying.
Yes, and I just still remember the headaches.
Yes.
Just having just terrible headaches from laughing.
Because it was the things that we were saying that I'm not going to repeat here.
Ever.
Like, still, today, I will cry thinking about.
Of course.
And that, transitioned to us seeing each other. And we seen each other once. Me and my sister went to Sonic, and you said that you didn't live that far. Can you come? And I'm like, it's Sonic. What do you mean? What do you mean come? We're not going to sit at a table together.
Right.
And you said, no, you'll just come. Okay, so you came and you got my sister's car, and we all 3 kicked it with each other in that car, and from there, I feel like that moment really sparked
my love for your sister.
Really? Hey, Kylie.
Hey, girl.
Yeah, she's a very cool cat, but we're not talking about you and Kylie.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Right. Yeah, this is mature-ish with Kobe and Donovan. That K stands for Kobe, not Kylie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Maybe I need a new podcast.
Really, I'm just not a substitute. This is a full-time thing.
Oh, my bad. Okay, never mind.
No, you're fine. And from that moment on, we just hit it off.
Right.
And here we are today.
Exactly.
We see each other every day.
We do.
And the ideas that we've came up with things that we want to do together for the future, for entertainment, top notch.
They are.
Please don't die.
I'll try not to.
If you die, these ideas will die with you.
Right.
Same vice versa. And we need to do these things. It's on my life's bucket list.
Please.
Literally. So, yeah, that's gotten us to where we are today.
Yeah.
And we're only going to go further.
Very far.
Very far. As far as we can go.
Yep.
Is where we're going.
As far as those wheels will take you.
That's right.
All right.
So now we're both enrolled in college.
Yep.
Where the big boys play, literally.
The biggest boys.
The biggest boys. And that 'tis us. So this is another gigantic step. You've already started college before.
Yes.
I have not. But in a way, this is almost our first college. This is our freshman years in a way.
Right.
So, it's going to be an experience. And I'm glad I'm getting to do it with you.
Of course.
But I'm glad I'm getting to do it with you while also being on this platform.
Yes.
So it's going to be a journey.
It will.
And I really hope we get some people who are willing to come along for the ride.
Not only for this ride, but the other rides that we will be supplying for you guys.
We will be.
We do have a lot of things planned.
We do. And with time and money.
Yes, very much money. Speaking of money,
those things will come.
We do have a Patreon.
We do.
Please pay for it. We also have an OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Pay for that.
Yes.
We will be on Fiverr.
Yep.
Please, if you ever have any suggestions, anything you want to hear.
Yeah.
Please.
Because on these platforms, you'll receive exclusive podcasts, exclusive content that you wouldn't see on Instagram or on TikTok, which you guys can follow us on.
Okay.
YouTube.
Ain't that the one thing? Cameo.
Come on, if you guys want a special birthday message
from Tina and Odetta themselves.
Come on. Please. I mean, Tina's not here.
Nope.
Nor is Odetta.
They're not here right now.
But I know exactly how we could get in contact with them.
I do too.
For them to make your loved one's birthday magical.
Keep that in mind.
So, this is only the beginning.
It is.
But where we're starting is on social media.
Yep.
TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's all there, and you can find us on each of these platforms at _ the letter K, the letter D, Productions _
All right.
And hey, if you ever just want to show me some love, my Twitter and my Instagram are at Kobe Who Else, and my Snapchat would be at isthatkobe524.
All right. And for me, let me tell you, please do not. But if you decide that you want to, please follow me on all platforms. But then mute me, because the things I do, say, and do are not meant for everybody.
Yes. What one of us says on social media,
that's me,
is not a reflection onto the both of us or what we are going to be bringing to this here table,
of course,
as K and D. So just give us a chance, guys,
please.
This is truly only the beginning, and we're gonna go so far, so far. So like I said, this is going to be a ride, so strap on in.
Yep. And
let's go. This was a very nice experience.
Yep.
Episode number 1.
Nope.
0.
There you go.
This isn't an official episode. You know, we're going to have a lot of things that we're going to be talking about, whether that's our overall high school experiences, whether that's family. Sometime you guys will meet our moms. There's a lot to look forward to here. Just gotta sit down and enjoy the ride. I'm going to be there.
I'll be here too.
And we can't wait to see you guys. So thank you all for taking a chance with us.
Yep.
And coming along on this journey. I'm Kobe.
And I am Donovan.
And this is and was the Maturish Podcast.
All right now.
Thank you.